Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Xena and Fred, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Xena's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands, the corrections and the motivations that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed. And the only correction that we give here at school is a little tug and release on her training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Xena is going to come home with her very own training equipment, and you're going to be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session tomorrow. Now, she is sitting very nicely at Fred's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. The command is Xena heel, and heeling is nothing more than proper leash walking. She's stretching. Not forging ahead or lagging behind, but walking nicely next to your left leg so that when she becomes a big girl, she knows how to walk properly on a leash without dragging your family down the street. When you stop your feet, she has been taught each time to sit automatically without being told to wait for her next command. And the next command that we're going to demonstrate is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. The one-word command to stay, and this is an exercise that you can practice right in your home.
No.
Now she got up, so Fred immediately told her no and repeated the command. Practice this exercise indoors as well as outdoors. And when Fred returns back to her, he walks all the way around her as an additional distraction, returning all the way back to heel position, and at this point she expects to get another command. So all of these commands are firmly imprinted in her mind. She will never ever forget them. And because she is a puppy, she's easily distracted, so you want to make sure that you keep her focused, keep her watching you. That's a good sit-stay. And lengthen out the amount of time that she can hold it. This time, instead of returning to her, Fred's going to call her. It's Xena, come. She comes right in and sits, and then she goes back to heel. And for just a youngster, she's done a really good job. Nice automatic sit. If you keep her head up off the ground, it keeps her focused on your left leg and where you are. Nice automatic sit.
Stay.
Fred leaves her in another sit stay. He turns to the end of his leash to face her. Make her hold those stays. Start out at about 20 seconds. Slowly, over the next few months, work up to 5 minutes. And that's the correction. If she gets up, no, pull straight up on your leash and throw her weight to the rear. This time Fred's going to call her in. She comes right in and sits. And she goes back to heel. Keep her socialized. Take her out. Get her used to different noises in your neighborhood, as you want her to remain stable, happy puppy. The protectiveness will come with age, but you want to have a dog that's well under control. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate is the down from a heel position. So with her seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down and stay. The long down stay, when you're practicing at home, you start out at about a minute and slowly over the months work up to 5 minutes. When Fred returns back to her, again, he will walk all the way around her. As an additional distraction, he stops at her shoulders, and then she expects to get another command. If you continue to walk, she'll get up and go with you. So just remember, when you go, every time you get back to those shoulders, you have to stop. And we'll be going over all this with you tomorrow during your lesson.
Stay.
That was a better down that time.
No.
This time Fred will call her out of that down. And you're going to find that working her outside is harder than working her inside because there's more smells, more distractions. We had a storm here last night. There's stuff on the ground for her to smell, sniff, pick up in her mouth. You can practice these commands right indoors. You don't have to go outside, except for healing probably. Fred this time is going to leave her in a sit-stay, and he's going to turn to face her. He's not going to get too far away. You're going to lengthen out your distance with this command. This is your down from a distance. He's going to use his right hand to give the command and drop her into a down from a distance. Then he can give her a stay and back further away. Now we have demonstrated for you all of Xena's heel, automatic sit, sit, stay, down from a heel, down from a distance, stay, and come. These are the commands, the basic beginner obedience commands that Xena has learned while she's been here. We will go over everything with you tomorrow. She's really a sweet little girl, and we've enjoyed having her. And thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.